Back here in Lagos, experts say a comprehensive and integrated approach to the management of land, biodiversity, and water resources of affected areas are required for the sustainable livelihoods of the people in those regions. This is coming just as the world marks global events to combat desertification and drought.
Desertification and drought are twin environmental challenges that affect states in Nigeria's north, threatening the livelihoods of more than 40 million people. And it is made worse by the current global climate crisis, which has been designated the seventh warmest years on record.
Human activities are responsible in the sense that any attempt to try to utilize the land resources beyond its capacity will lead to desertification.
Annual rainfall amount for this year in some parts of Borno, Yobe, Jigawa, Katsina and Sokoto states ranges from 390 millimeters to 790 millimeters as anticipated by Nigeria's meteorological agency. And about 15 states will experience moderate to severe dry spells from May to August. Onan Dimas is a rice farmer in Adamawa State. He tells me how he has been able to cope with the environmental challenge plaguing the region to boost his crop yields.
In this part of the state where I live, particularly in Wick local government, the rainfall is usually very short. The rainfall period is very short. So it is advisable one goes for extra early variety or early maturing variety so that you can harvest your crop within the period when there is enough adequate rainfall.
Official figures say Nigeria loses over 10.5 billion naira every year to environmental challenges such as deforestation, drought, and desertification. But wider unofficial ones put the annual cost in billions of dollars.
More and more people will be displaced, and more of our agricultural resources will be totally depleted, resulting in food insecurity, conflicts in many areas.
While farmers take a range of steps to combat this environmental challenge, it is believed the government needs to develop a more integrated and comprehensive approach to the management of land and water. Esther Makwariola, TVC News.
Let's talk now to the Director, Technical Programs, Nigerian Conservation Foundation, Joseph Onoja, who joins us live via Zoom from Lagos. Over the years, we've seen what appears to be a massive decimation of forests in Africa. Walk us through what you believe the consequences really are, particularly here in Nigeria.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Mr. Onoja.
Yeah, please take that question again. I didn't hear you clearly.
I'm asking you what the consequences are for what appears to be a massive decimation of our forests.
You can hear from from the report. We face a very dark consequence if our lands are degraded, because there will be mass migration from those lands, and where those people are going to, it is not a vacant land. So that is a recipe for communal conflict, because when people move from one place to the other, they will go and meet a land that is already occupied by others, and then there will be resource sharing, which is usually not very smooth because of the sudden movement of people from the places that are already degraded. And that's one of the major consequences, which leads to a lot of sometimes even human death as well.
This year's observance aimed at global events to combat desertification and drought is focusing a lot this time on cooperation at different levels. What form of cooperation do you expect, particularly among key stakeholders in this regard?
Yeah, you see, number one, we'll continue to create awareness about it. It's very important. And also, we need to put hands together to put up some of the actions that needs to be done to combat desertification and drought. The way we degrade our land, deforestation has been shown as one of the major causes of land degradation and drought, and also overgrazing. So people need to be aware how their actions or inactions are affecting promoting desertification and drought. And that is why it is good for us to come together from different stakeholders, because we all need to come together. For instance, the Nigerian Conservation Foundation, we are working very closely with the Department of Drought and the land degradation management in the Federal Ministry of Environment. And today was marked as well, so that we'll be able to continue to create the awareness so that everybody will be aware of their responsibility.
Obvious reasons for felling trees, industrialization, and of course the economics of making money. When you talk about the people understanding just what the consequences are, do you also believe that government needs to take initiative and provide leadership in this regards? For instance, in the case of having to replace every tree that has fallen, that has been felled for this purpose.
Yeah, in as much as the law says that if you fell one tree, you plant three, there's a need for the enforcement of these laws. But that is on one part from the government angle. But we as individuals, we as Nigerians, we need to take that responsibility individually to ensure that we play our part, because the governments are also people. And the government is not a monster somewhere. We are all part of the government. So we need to play our part, because when the environment is degraded, we are all going to face the consequences. So whatever advancement that we think that we want to do by degrading the land, it will come back and bite us, because this land has been given us, has been bequeathed to us for us to take care of, so that the land and the environment will take care of us. We need to take care of the land for the land to take care of us. It is what we give to the environment that the environment will give to us. And that is why we need to be careful, so that whatever developmental strides we've achieved, if we don't do it in a way that is compatible with the health of the land or the health of the environment, it will come back and bite us, because the environment is our support system that we need to protect, so that eventually it will protect us and play the critical role that nature has placed in place for it to do for us.
And the consequences can already be felt in what we now know as drastic climate change and erratic changes in seasons. Joseph Onoja is the Director, Technical Programs, Nigerian Conservation Foundation. Thank you for talking to us tonight.
Thank you very much for having me.